Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Casino Insiders. I'm your host, Deacon Kane, and I apologize this is getting out so late, but I lost my voice, so I didn't have a voice to talk or to annoy you or to have fun with you. Take your pick. So I apologize this is getting out really late. Um, the LDS is over, but I had already made my picks, just so you know. I didn't change anything. So let's kind of get started. I would also like to let you guys know that we have a store. Go to www.thecasinoinsiders.com. Click on Deuces the Shop. And please go in there and order a sweatshirt, a hoodie. Drinking around Fremont Street if you're going to Las Vegas. Might as well have a little bit of fun, right? Why not? Anyway, so let's just kind of jump into things here real quick. Do a quick recap of how we did last week, which surprisingly we did really good with the bad start that we had. So here we go. We lost with Washington. Boy, did we lose with Washington. Chicago, they'll win one game this year, and that's the game they won. We lost with Buffalo. Ooh, that was fugly. We won with the Falcons. They've been a big surprise. I like it. We lost with the Panthers. No surprise there. I took the points. We won with the Colts again. Minshew Magic, baby. I'm telling you, that guy's. If you guys remember Steve DeBerg, you're looking at Minshew Magic reincarnated as Steve DeBerg or whatever it is. Anyway, we won with Miami. We won with the Saints. We won with the Steelers. We did win with Philly. We lost again with the Cardinals. Jeez. We won with the Jets. You gotta like that. Jets, 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 Jets. Anyway, we won with KC. No surprise there. We won with San Francisco. Boy, what a game. Let me tell you. And we lost with Green Bay. How does Green Bay lose to the Raiders? God. Now the Raider fans are talking about their next 5 games are going to win 5 Super Bowls. But anyway, that's just whatever. So it looks like in week 5 we ended up going 9-5. Not bad, huh, guys? Which brings our overall record for the year to 35, 24, and 3. Remember, we did not do a week 1. So the first game was Thursday night, and it was the Broncos versus KC. And let me tell you, I I will not pick the Broncos. Period. Case closed this year. So I did take the points and KC at 10.5. I took Baltimore over the Titans. Or no, hold on. Baltimore at the Titans. But I did take Baltimore minus 4 points. We have the Commanders at Atlanta. You know what? Atlanta's been kind of my dark horse this year. I got Atlanta minus 2.5 points. I actually, they spit it out. Here we go. Let's try that again. Atlanta has definitely stepped their game up. They're playing out of their derriere. Desmond Ryder's actually doing a decent job. Good job, guys. This game is going to be the worst game of the day. You got the Vikings, who are favored by minus 2.5, going into Chicago, who's horrendous. The only reason why they won was they actually had something to win for, I guess. Justin Fields finally played a football game, a complete football game. But anyway, I took the Vikings minus 2.5. Seattle at the Bengals. Bengals are up, down, in, out, over, and through. Don't like to take the Seahawks, but you got to take the points, +3. And then you got the Niners at the Browns. Niners -5. In my opinion, that's a no-brainer. Or is it? You've got the Cardinals at the Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by 13.5. With the Dolphins defense, who knows? But with the Dolphins offense, you got to go with the Dolphins minus 13.5. Now, this one is a tough one. Interdivision rivalry. You've got the Colts versus the Jaguars. Jaguars are coming off 2 wins in London, but it seems like they only play good in London. But you know what? Even though Minshew Magic, I'm going to take the Jaguars minus 4.5. Saints at Houston minus 1.5. Yeah, I might as well just go with the Saints in this. Next game is going to be the second worst game of the day. You're looking Patriots at Raiders. When I originally made this pick, Mac Jones was not benched. He is benched now. So I'm not changing my pick. I'm still going to take, even though they're not favored, I'm going to take the points and the Patriots, which Belichick sat Mac Jones or benched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking the Pats. You got the Cardinals at LA, another Western Division fight. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cardinals again because it's 6.5 points. In LA, you never know which LA team's going to show up in LA. So you never know. It might be the Chargers playing for the Rams. Go figure. Anyway, next one's going to be the Eagles at the New York Jets. Now, apparently, the Eagles have had a bunch of players that aren't going to be playing due to injury. Kid from Georgia, completely brain cramped on his name, is going to be out. Slay's going to be out for Philly. Zach Wilson's starting to play a little bit better. I'm going to actually take the upset here, and I'm going to take the Jets plus 7 points. Let's see what happens. You never know. Upset of the week, folks. Anyway, here we go. You've got Detroit at Tampa Bay, an old NFC Central Division matchup. You know, this one's going to be interesting. Buccaneers play pretty good at home, unless it's against KC. Detroit's on fire right now. They beat KC, so this is kind of a toss-up in my opinion, but I'm going to take the Lions minus 3. And I have family in Detroit, so they would probably shoot me if I didn't. Anyway, the next one is going to be New York at Buffalo minus 14. Buffalo's coming off that tough loss. New York's horrendous. But I'm going to take the points and the Giants. Got to take 14 points. Next game is going to be Dallas, who's favored by minus 2 at the Chargers. Chargers, it seems like they're coming into their own. We're going to see what happens, see if they're getting some folks back from injury. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers plus 2. And that's your Monday night game, folks. So now our recap. Are you ready? We're going to take Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to take the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to take the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to take the Vikings. We're going to take the Seahawks. We're going to take the Niners. We're going to take the Dolphins, the Jaguars. We're going to take the Saints. We're going to take the Patriots. We're going to try again with the Cardinals. Let's see what happens. The big upset of the day, we're going to take the Jets, Jets. We're going to take the Lions. We're going to take the Giants just because of those points. Wow. And we're going to take the Chargers, folks. Gotta love it. Can't wait. Pretty pumped. Again, we're on Twitter, and we are also on the Instagram at the Casino Insiders. Please check us out. We haven't been posting much just because I have no voice. Well, didn't have a voice, now I do, but I wasn't feeling too good for a little while there. Anyway, now I want to talk a little bit of baseball. We got the ALDS, which it did just end, but I am staying true to my picks just so everybody knows. Okay? Do we all got that? Do we all got that under control? All right, great, fantastic. So this is actually kind of cool. The ALDS is going to be a little bit crazy this year, and I'm pulling it all up right now. So here we go. Actually, let me do a little recap on who we picked, who won, all that kind of good stuff. So give me just a moment here. Yep, there we go, got it. So as you guys know, I picked the Blue Jays minus 114, but it looks like, yeah, they choked. No surprise there. They do what they do best when they get to the playoffs. But that was kind of a toss-up series due to the fact that the Twins, they were what, 0-18 coming into this series. So kind of crazy, but they ended up sweeping the Jays 2 out of 3. Next one was Tampa Bay Texas at Tampa Bay. I picked Texas, so we won, which I'm pretty stoked. The Bochy factor is on fire. That's all I gotta say, as we all know. Let's see here. I picked Milwaukee Brewers. I thought that they were gonna step up and dominate, which, yeah, they didn't. Anyway, and then I picked Philly. So we won with Philly. So we were 2-2 in the wild card series, which is actually kind of nice. I wasn't expecting anything over 500 just because of we know how Milwaukee plays. We know how Toronto plays. We know how Minnesota plays. So on and so forth. Anyway, let's move on here. So now we have the ALDS. You got the Twins versus Houston. You've got the Rangers versus Baltimore. You've got Arizona versus the Dodgers. Blech. Then you got Philly at Atlanta, which Atlanta kind of owned Philly during the season. So, we're going to have to really see what happens, see who steps up, see who's pitching steps up, who's hitting actually decides to perform. You've got a new team in Baltimore who's the number 1 seed. You've got Houston, who's the number 2 seed. You've got Atlanta and LA, who are 1 and 2 seeds. So we're going to see what happens and kind of go from there. First series that I'm going with is Minnesota versus Houston. You've got Minnesota, who's a plus 130 underdog, and then you got Houston, who's a minus 160. Being a minus 160, Houston defending World Series champions, and Dusty Baker, come on, we got to take Dusty Baker. That is all that I've got to say. Dusty Baker, yep, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going to say in 5, minus 160. That's my feeling. So, Houston in 5. The next series you got is Baltimore Orioles, minus 120, versus the Texas Rangers. Now, this series is a tough one because I want to see Baltimore do good just because I like their young lineup, but I think the young lineup is going to be a hindrance for them due to the fact that they really don't have anybody that has any playoff experience. I mean, they haven't been there for 112 years, so therefore, sorry, bad joke. But I'm really thinking that this may give them an opportunity to learn for not next year, but the following years to come. And I think we're going to see Baltimore in the playoffs probably at least the next 5 years. Texas, as you guys know, I have talked about the Bochy factor. In the last episode, the Bochy factor is huge. Now, wouldn't it be ironic if we had 2 ex-Giants coaches facing off in the ALCS? Anyway, that would be kind of cool, at least in my opinion. We all know the answer already, but this is what I got. I took Texas in 4, plus 100, and Baltimore is minus 120. Now, this is the series that is a no-brainer for me. You guys all know the big choke artists are the Dodgers. The only time they can win a World Series is in an asterisk season where there's only 60 games, right? Correct. So we all know that. They are a huge, ginormous, gigantic favorite, minus 210. And the Diamondbacks are a plus 170. For me, I'm taking the 170 all day long. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's pretty much it. So, with that being said, I'm taking the Diamondbacks. I think the Diamondbacks are going to shock the world. That was my pick. I did pick them in how many games? 4 games, folks. I did pick them in 4 games. Now we're going to go to Philly, Atlanta. Atlanta's favored by 185, minus 185, excuse me, and Philly is a 150 underdog. So, with that being said, I did pick Philly because I wanted the underdog in this series. I thought that Philly, towards the end of the season, played a lot better than the Braves did. And personally, I think that Philly could play in their second World Series in a row. That's just my feeling. I'm calling it right now. So you know exactly who's going to win the next series after and go to the World Series. To series and series. Not Siri, but series. Okay? So anyway, and to recap, folks, this is what we got. I'm taking Houston. I'm taking the Rangers. I'm taking the Diamondbacks. And I'm taking Philly. Okay, so as you guys know, I had put all my picks in over a week ago. And again, I apologize. I had no voice, so I was sick. So I was trying to make it sound like I was doing everything back then. I actually did go 4-0 in the ALDS. So I'm just going to let you guys know that now. Did not change a thing at all. I will put my picks in, which I did give you one. I did pick Philly. I do not have the whatchamacallit. I do not have the odds with me right now, but I'll get those out to you in the next episode, which I'm hoping to have out probably next Thursday if things go right and my voice stays good. But I'm just going to tell you real quick who I'm taking. I'm taking the Bochy factor and the Rangers. I'm taking the Phillies. And then we'll talk next week about who I think is going to win the World Series. Okay, folks. Last week I had mentioned what the betting odds were, or I was going to kind of do a little bit more explanation this week. So here we go. Here's kind of the Reader's Digest version. You guys ready? Okay. Waiting with bated breath, right? Okay. The number that follows the negative symbol, the odds, reveals how much to bet for every $100 you want to win. Does everybody get that? For example, as explained above, if the team you're betting has a negative 110 odds, you would need to wager $110 to win $100. If your team has a negative 150 odds, you must risk 150 to win 100. Do we got that? Now it works in reciprocal there. If you have a plus, let's say 150, you need to bet $100 to win 150. Do we all get that now? Now, please understand, with that being said, there are numerous different factors in betting. You've got parlays, you've got just single games, you've got the prop bets. There's so many different things, which after the World Series, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about. There was some stuff that we didn't get into that we got into back in episode 3 or 4 you guys can check out. So that would actually be pretty cool if you guys did that. And I would obviously thank you very much. You know what? That's all I got. So I'm pretty pumped. Like I said, I'm going to go with Philly and the Rangers in the World Series after the ALCS and NLCS are over. Hoping you guys agree. I would also like to let you guys know about my book that's out there. It's free on Kindle Unlimited, so go ahead and check it out. Deacon Kane, the author. The book is called Mastering Blackjack, a comprehensive guide to becoming a skilled player. Yes. Hopefully, you guys like it. Have a little bit of fun. Check it out. Like I said, it is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. And then last but not least, don't forget about Deuces the Shop. All right, it's at www.thecasinoinsiders.com. Click on Deuces the Shop, and I'd greatly appreciate it, as well as actually Ace might appreciate it because he'll get a good chuckle. Anyway, guys, um, you guys have a great day, and deuces.